refreshing. So, yeah, you saw the title. Today I'm going to be telling you my theory of why water's not wet. So before we get started, like, sub, and also comment your opinion. So, a few days ago, my class had a debate on why water is not wet. A bunch of my friends and some girls said that water was not wet because the only thing it does is make things wet. but a bunch of people said that water is wet. So yeah. So in this video I'm just gonna tell you my theory. So I don't think water is wet because when you want to define water, like if you look up the definition for water online or in the dictionary, it doesn't say anything about being wet. But when you look up wet, it just says it's caused by water. It doesn't mean water's wet. Besides, because water makes things wet, it cannot physically be wet. It can make other solid materials wet. Doesn't mean it's wet. So, and then I was walking out of school, and this guy named Isaac, he gave me his little opinion, and he said that if one water molecule, which just nice little lesson, is made of two hydrogen molecules and one oxygen molecule, then you'll have one water molecule. So don't try to breathe it because you need two oxygen molecules to have air. Anyway, so he told me that since if water makes things wet, then one water molecule can make something wet. So can one water molecule make the other water molecules wet? Well, atoms cannot touch each other. So because of that, water molecules cannot touch other water molecules and make them wet. So that is something that I've been told. So it can make other things wet, but it can also depend on what what the answer is. We need to define the term wet. If we define wet as the condition of a liquid sticking to a solid surface, such as water wetting our skin, we cannot say that water is wet by itself because it takes a liquid and a solid to define the term wet. If we define wet as a sensation that we get when a liquid comes in contact with us, then yes, water is wet to us. If we define wet as made of liquid or moisture, then water is definitely wet because it is made of liquid. But in this sense, it says all liquids are wet because they're made of liquids. But the thing is, it can make others. So whether an object is wet or dry depends on a balance between cohesive and adhesive forces. Cohesive forces are attractive forces within the liquid that cause the molecules in the liquid to prefer to stick together. Cohesive forces are also responsible for surface tension. So wetness is really just the ability of a liquid to adhere to the surface of a solid. So when we say that something is wet, we mean the liquid is sticking to the surface of a material. Therefore, water itself is not wet. but we can make other solid materials wet. Like if you tried to wet a gas with water, then that wouldn't work because it's not solid. And also, not all liquids can make you wet. For example, there's acid, there's gallium liquid metal, there's mercury. What else is there? Did I say lava? I think I did. Well, now I just did. Lava. I could go on. Hydrochloric acid, all that stuff. So that is why I think water's not wet. I hope you guys agree with me. I know my friends do. So thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and once again comment your opinion. So yeah, peace.